Social media is very excited about Hajia for real. I don't know whether they are excited in the sense that they are happy, but they are talking about it a lot. That's what I mean by excited. She's been extradited to the US. She's been accused of causing about $2 million worth of, fraud to mainly single elderly Americans in what is being described as a romance scam. And social media, one of the big questions there is, what exactly is a romance scam? It's basically if you pretend to be romantically involved with someone with the aim of taking money from them and then not giving them what you promised, essentially. I think that's the reason why many Ghanaians don't understand what a romance scam is, because what I've just described is pretty much what is happening in about 80% of relationships, if I may be allowed to, guesstimate. Yeah, in relationships, people promise things and they don't deliver on both sides. In Ghana, there is a case in court of somebody we all describe as a side chick who is suing the married man she was in a relationship with because, according to her, he didn't deliver what he promised. That is a romance scam, right? But in her case, the concept is that she's been having conversations with these American elderly people and pretending to be in love with them or whatever. And so they send money, send mumu. And then of course they never get what they never get what she promised. So that's what she's going to be tried for. We'll see whether she's found innocent or guilty. But it is a crime. It is a crime. You understand? Because anything that creates a victim, first of all, anything that creates a victim is something that people need to be protected from. That's the first general concept before you even go into what is in our law books. If an activity creates a victim, then people must be protected from that activity, right? And if you take an elderly, lonely man sitting in his house with nobody to talk to, only his computer, you come along, pretend to be in love with him, you pretend that he's the most special and amazing person you've ever met, you give him hope, you make him feel special, you take his money, and then you disappear. What you do to that person emotionally is you turn him into a victim. And the Americans, they protect their people against that, even if we don't.
Well, I've been monitoring all the comments, but you're right. America will protect their citizens. I'm sure if it were in Ghana, we probably would say, oh, we also, bang, we'll start, the usual, funny comments, and that's the end of it. But you see, the reality is that these persons feeling lonely, and you get in there and, have conversations with them. And I tell you one thing. So this is a lady. Now, she's innocent. She's not guilty.
Yes, at the moment, yes.
At the moment. Now, this is a lady who's been flaunting wealth for a very long time. Did it interest our authorities to check the source of her wealth at any point in time? Did it interest us to ask the question, where could she be getting this money from? Or, as usual, we didn't care. Because she flaunts the cars, the houses, the very expensive accessories and everything. And Kojo, look, this also should tell our authorities that it must begin to check a few things. Because, look, a lot of people do these. Some people do these things in this country. They do them.
Actually, from what we hear.
They do them in this country. You've had, others always coming into, foreign nations always coming in to track these persons. They do it in this country. They do it and make it look like it's normal. All you have to do is to continue flaunting everything that you have, and that's the end of it. But you see, today, we're discussing it. People are asking, what is romance scam? I saw a post that one lady said, hey, if this is what it is, then, a lot of us are engaged in a romance scam. And I said, well, it's good that you're beginning to appreciate it. For me, the most important thing is that, look, our authorities should be concerned about source of wealth. Okay, our authorities should be concerned about source of wealth. Now, all these people who always get onto social media and be flaunting their wealth, and they say, we must begin to, you see, in any country where laws work, these persons will check them, If their monies are not genuine, we would question them. First of all, they must pay taxes. They will tell us what they do, whether they received gifts. And so if we're doing that, we could have actually established it in this country. If we were checking the source of wealth, we could have established it in this country. If we're getting people to pay taxes, we would have established it in this country. Anyway, she's innocent until proven guilty.